Hey everybody, welcome back to RC Cars. Today we're going to continue building this 3Racing Cero Sport Kit, and we're going to be working on bag 4, which is going to be 3 parts. We're going to be installing the bulkhead, the stabilizer bars, and then at the end we're going to install the top deck. So if you're building or looking to build this 3Racing Cero Sport Kit, follow this reference series for tips and tricks. I'll guide you through it. Now let's get started. We're going to start by working on the bulkhead, so let's grab those. And it's going to be these 2 pieces right here, and I'm just going to make sure they're identical, and it looks like they are. And so we need to put 4 ball studs onto each corner of the bulkhead right here. And now we're going to mount this onto the front first. So front's going to be this side. And it's going to go into, I think it's going to be this and this hole right here. So let's see if they line up. And I think it's just going to be these button heads right here. Okay, and now we're going to put on the front shock towers, and they're going to be these right here. Let's make sure these are any different. No, looks like they're all the same. And so they do have different sides, so I have a pair here. And let's see how this goes. I think it's going to be this way, and we're only putting 1 screw in here first. It's going to be the socket head, and it should be this one right here. Okay, then we're going to drive a spacer and this other ball stud. And it should be the same ball stud. L equals 5. It should be the same ball stud. So we're going to drive one here with the spacer behind it. So it should be this. All right, there you go. So we're done with that. Let's move on to the rear. Going to do the rear just as the front. Going to start with 4 ball studs. And now the back. It should be this way. And then same with the 2 shock towers. All right, and there we go. Don't worry about the shock towers. There's another screw that's coming here in the next step. So there we go. We've installed the 2 bulkheads and the shock towers. Let's move on to the next page. All right, let's start working on the stabilizer bars. So the first thing we need to take note is that These two are a little bit different. I don't know if you can see that or not, but one has one stripe and the other has two stripes. And I believe the front is the one that only has one stripe. And then the other one is with two stripes. So let's go ahead and work on this first. So I'm going to be using this one. So there's a few components, and we're going to need the stabilizer locker and the bearing, and then we need the stabilizer ball and a set screw. So let's work on the stabilizer locker first, and that's going to be this right here. It's going to look like that. Just slip one through here. And then we need to put on the two ball ends here. Let's grab this. And it says right here we need to let it stick out. Let's see, where is that distance? 3 to 5 millimeters. So we need to leave like 3 or 5 millimeters on the end there. So let's see. We're going to snap these ball ends onto these right here, and then we're going to tuck the bearings into there on each side. Okay, so let's do that. I think it's easier to come from the inside and then out. Okay, so have them squeeze together and then push them in to those two claws, and then we'll snap these into position. This to me is the most difficult part. Then on this side, if necessary, you can just back this off. Okay, now we can put a set screw in to these two holes right there. And these two set screws don't have to be completely tight. You want the stabilizer bar to be able to basically twist within the holders there. Okay, let me just double check. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, and there you have it. Now you have stabilizer bars. Very cool. If you look at this diagram carefully, they actually made a mistake printing here. I don't know if you can see this little brace here. That's on the next page. It's not on yet, but it's printed here already. So I don't think it's going to matter. It's going to go right above that. So we'll see. All right, let's work on the back side. Same exact process. And this one, you're going to leave less room. It's 0 to 3 millimeters, actually very close to the end. So that's this right here. Cool. All right, looks like I have it set pretty well. Okay, so let's see. Let's start working on the next page, which is going to be that crossbar we talked about, and then the top deck. So we need to grab those two. They're the same length, I believe. Yep, and we're just going to put that right above the stabilizer bar that we just installed. So we're just going to slip that in there, and then take these two long screws, one on each side. These are the socket heads, and lock this in. Okay, see if I can give this a few more turns. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to turn these down a little bit, just a little bit. Have them face forward. Okay, there we go. And we have stabilizer bars on both sides. All right. And now the last step for bag 4 is the top deck. So let's make sure we install this properly. So let's have the front face this way and the back here. And there is a notch here. So this is going to go around, I believe it's going to go around the spur gear. Yep, it's going to go like that. So that kind of notch will go around the spur gear holder, and the belts, it's going to go under the belts like that, and it's going to rest on this bulkhead and this side. So, and then it's all going to be, looks like the same. No, these two are 5mm, and these two, these 8 on the outside is going to be 6mm. Well, I haven't been really paying attention to the length, so I hope I didn't use up the wrong screws. 7, 8. Okay, so these are going to be the 8, and these are going to be the 2 that go right there. So let me put a couple everywhere first. That's really funny because this is not going to go through. So these 2 ball studs are actually supposed to go in the middle hole. That's really interesting. That's not what I saw in the manual when I did it. So let me see how I can fix that easily. Okay, let's do that again. So now we can space these apart. All right, that last part was unexpectedly difficult, but I managed. All right, so we just installed the stabilizer bars. We put on the cross brace, and we also put on the top deck. So we're done with bag 4, and next we're going to work on bag 5 in the next video, and it's going to be the knuckles. And then, yep, it's all just going to be the knuckles. All right, so if you found this build reference series video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.